Hello, this is Dr. Clarence McPherson, and I'm delighted to share with you just a small portion of some of the teaching regarding life purpose. For the last 7 to 8 years, I've been doing PhD level research into life purpose and life purpose strengths. And in this series, I'm going to be sharing with you some of the documented need for life purpose, clarity, some of the benefits of having that clarity, some of the examples of people who've done that, and then some of the practical exercises you can do to actually gain more clarity into your own life purpose. I trust you'll join me for this time of life purpose discovery. It's very important that each of us understand and are clear about why we're here. Once we have that discernment, once we have that clarity, once we have that insight, we are able to overlay every activity with that transcendent sense of overall purpose. And we have a transcendent why for everything we do. And we also have a wonderful parameter to exclude some things that would be distractions to us. In these next few series, I'll be talking about life purpose discernment. And today, I want to talk about some of the documented need that research has unveiled to us, why we even need to discern our life purpose, why it's important to us. Secondly, I want to talk about some of the benefits of life purpose discernment in another series. Thirdly, I'll look at some examples of life purpose statements. And then fourthly, we'll do some exercises that will help you to really more clearly discern your life purpose. Today, let's just look at some of the documented need for life purpose discernment. There's a study that's recently done by researchers Buckingham and Clifton, and these are researchers for the Gallup Poll organization. They, in 2001, did research with 1,500 organizations, some in America, many outside of the U.S. And what they found in their research was that 8 out of 10 people in their research, and they researched 1,500 organizations, 8 out of 10 employees in their research were working jobs they did not like. They were working jobs that did not fit them, and they had no sense of what their purpose was as it related to their work. Why is it so important to understand your life purpose? Your life purpose and the discernment of your life purpose is to help guide you in the kind of vocation you have, in the way you do your work. Interestingly, some additional researchers, Matson and Miller, earlier than Buckingham and Clifton, researched organizations in the U.S., and they amazingly came to some of the same statistical conclusions. They found in their research that 8 out of 10 people were mismatched in their jobs and had no real sense of overall life purpose for which to align their job requirements. This is strategically and critically important that each of us and all of us understand the basic reason we're here. It's important to understand that, because by understanding that, we then can determine the kind of vocation that best fits the reason for our being here. Napoleon Hill, in a wonderful book which is now out of print called The Laws of Success, it's one of his foundational works on success. He interviewed in 1979, he concluded a 14-year study in which he interviewed the wealthiest people in America, along with some of the other richest people. And what he found, that the 5% of the richest people in America at that time all had written life purpose statements. They all had some sense of discernment and clarity for being here, why they were here. And so what I am wanting to encourage you to do is to do what the richest people do. Come up with a statement that you can use that really guides you through life. And it'll be a process. We don't come to this kind of clarity and discernment overnight. And if all I do in these series is help move that process along in your life and help you to get to that place of discernment and clarity, perhaps a little quicker, then I will have served you well. And by coming to this point of having that statement written and having it as a usable instrument in your life, you will have in place something that the richest people in America and beyond have been doing for a long time. And that's having a very clear stated reason which overlays every activity of their lives, a stated reason for being here. Cynthia Kersey, in her wonderful book, Unstoppable, she cites some research that was done by William Marston. And in this particular research, William Marston, who was a noted psychologist, he interviewed 3,000 people and asked them what were they living for? What was the predominant reason for which they were living? And what was amazing was that 94% of the 3,000 people he interviewed had no clear reason for which they were living. They had no clearly understood life purpose. It's clear then from some of the research I've cited, in fact, from all of the research that I've just cited, that most people seem to have no clear reason for being here. They have no clear life purpose statement. And if you happen to be one of them, I want to serve you. I want to help you. I want to really do my best to give you some insights and share with you some insights that can help you develop that statement, to develop that purpose for being here, so that that statement overlays everything you do. Can you imagine what it's going to be like when you have a clearly defined statement of life purpose which guides you into every activity of life? Boy, it's taken me a season to develop my own, and boy, having it in place now guides me in everything I do. One of my mentors in life is Dr. Jack Canfield. He's one of the co-authors of the Chicken Soup for the Soul series of books. And he makes a very important statement regarding life purpose in his book, Success Principles. And I would encourage you to get that book if you don't have it. It's a tremendous book. Well, in this book, he says that without a life purpose and without a life purpose statement, it's very easy to feel unfulfilled. It's very easy, he says, to drift through life never feeling like you're making progress, never knowing how you're going to wind up. He compares not having a life purpose statement to having a ladder leaning against a wall, and though you may climb to the top rung of that ladder, you may climb and emerge in your field and be right at the top, only to find out without a life purpose statement that you've climbed the ladder that's leaning against the wrong wall of purpose. So let's dig in these next few series, and let's really become as clear as possible as to having a reason an overall reason for our being here. I trust you'll stay with me and gain the benefit of this research and this sharing. I love you. Look forward to seeing you in the next series.